Alrighty, good morning everybody. How are we all doing today? Hope you all are doing well. It's good to see you guys all here. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be playing some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney today. We're going to be finishing up the game, actually. I mean, I'm thinking we will. I think this is the very end of the game. Before we get started, I wanted to have you guys aware of one thing. Let me go to this channel, schedule. Hey, Jelly, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Happy to have you here. I was just about to show off. Okay, so on my schedule, let me see here, display capture. Awesome, yeah, so if you see so I'm live right now, but for tomorrow, the next Saturday and Sunday, I have all bonus streams. So I have some extra time, so I'm going to be streaming those days as well. So just making sure you guys are aware of it. I'm going to have some bonus extra streams right now. Yeah, this coming weekend. I'm good, how about you? I'm doing good. I've been doing well. Yeah, just getting some sleep and working hard and everything. Just preparing for finals and writing some final papers and stuff. It's been tough, but it's been good. Cars? You know what? I could probably play through all of Cars this weekend. That could be a really fun game. I might do that. That would be a good idea. I'd be down for that. Here, let me get Phoenix Wright up and running. Actually, that might be a really good idea. I actually wasn't sure totally what game I was going to play. But Cars, I could probably play through a lot of that this weekend. That would probably be really good. Yeah, you know what? I think I might do Cars. That's a good idea. Kind of thinking about picking up the game myself. Yeah, I mean, I saw it on Steam. I think it's just like 20 bucks or so. You should definitely try picking it up. I remember having a lot of fun with it as a kid. So that's part of what I'm going to be trying to do is like just checking it out and seeing if it still holds up a little bit. I think it'll be fun. Yeah, the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So let me see here. Okay. Mode A. There we go. And that should have it now. There we go. Let's make that full screen. Perfect. Sweet, let's keep going with some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Cool. Awesome. So Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So I'm just trying to think going into this where we last left off. Oh yeah, so we were in Chapter 4, Turnabout Goodbyes. Yeah, so what was happening in this one is we were going to revisit talking to the old man. We're going to come back to talk to him. Because we think that he killed the one lawyer, but Miles Edgeworth is going to take the stand first. I always liked rules and the applications of them in the most literal sense. I think this game kind of inherits that kind of idea. Oh, so you mean you like rules sort of like the rule of law? Yeah, I think it's very much a fun sort of lawyer game, like lawyer detective game. I really liked it. Alright, so here we go. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Oh, I should check with you guys. Audio level's good? I know I have to change it from game to game a little bit. Audio levels are pretty good. Here, let me just... it's hard for me to judge sometimes what good audio levels are. Mic is a bit low? Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Like it to be louder? Okay. Here, let me bring the mic up. That's possible? Yeah, it's possible. Just go. There we go. That's louder. Is this good, or do you want it even louder? Like this, I could do this right here. Because you can't turn the stream any higher. Okay, that's pretty. Then here, let me crank it. There we go. This is better already? Okay. So here, I'll do option 1, and I'll do option 2. This is great. Okay, so option 1, I'm assuming, like, is something like this. We'll do option 1. Awesome, sounds great. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said that he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry. I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boot shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Oh, wait, so I was this close to the end of the trial yesterday, or the last time I played. Dang. I probably should have just played it to the end, to be honest. Marlborough, Old Man on the Run, yes. Yay, Nick, you did it! I hope they find him. Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony, still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth. No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you, to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? Where is this going? A memory of a murder. To be continued. What? How the... What? 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 Yes, I want to save. But also, what? What is... Okay. This is really quite the cliffhanger. Okay, day 3 investigation. Alright, let's head out of here. Imagine if I ended the stream on this. I'm not even sure if I could have handled this level of cliffhanger. Okay, so we're back at the law offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. a memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I'm swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on! Tell me the truth. Was it like, it was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Anything else we can talk? It's just, Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious, but Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is, I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me. But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Okay. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true, but when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial, a class trial. Class trial? Okay, I want to hear this. You remember, Larry, spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it. Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. He had spiky hair even back then. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, it was you, thief. Give the money back. You're such a meanie. No, don't play with him. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not gonna play with you anymore. Yeah, no borrowing my eraser. Shouldn't be allowed in the relay route. Did you rob that bank the other day? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Everything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles. Of course, even like little Miles was wearing a bow tie. Of course, like a suit and a bow tie. It was you who stole the money, wasn't it? Wait, the teacher? He's not insinuating it's the teacher, is he? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is, everyone ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. That's like an awful way to like sort of shame a kid. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky I took that day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? Something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to be a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. Couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court? Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick! So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yeah. I helped you out because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick! Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. Very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Alright. Court record. What evidence did we clean out? Okay, I think we don't have the testimony from Lotta Hart. Alright, well... let's go to Gourd Lake. If I had to guess where the old boat shop man is gonna be, I'm guessing Gourd Lake. Hey, pal! Long time no see! Oh, Detective Gumshoe! Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek! No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limit to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad, so no one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Alright, guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Yep. Anyways, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Alright, I don't think there's really anything to examine. Let's head to the public beach. You know what whole thing baffles me? The whole abortion situation at the moment in the U.S. Seems like they're taking steps back in time. I mean, I think they're both... They're heated people on both sides of that issue. Like, I could see from, like, a left perspective that people might be upset about it, but I think that very pro-life people see it as progress, too. It's a difficult thing, to say. I mean, I will say, as a bit of a pro-life person myself, I'm kind of happy about it. I think it's better as a states issue. Let people in the states decide. I'm gonna ask that we kind of just let's veer away from politics a little bit in chat discussion, okay, Jelly? I mean, I know it's like a big timely thing, but I think that we. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I mean, it is a big thing. I mean, I don't know how much I want to. It's difficult because I don't want the like every chat to devolve into politics. I want lots of people to feel welcome to the chat and to the channel. I just like it's difficult knowing how to press things. I mean, if this is something y'all really want to discuss, I'm up for discussing it. But like, I don't know. Like, I just want this to be a sort of fun experience too, because I know how much like politics can sort of get in everything. And sometimes you just want a break from politics. And so I was trying to hopefully have the channel be a little bit of a break from that. But I do get that these things come up, and it is a big issue. Like, it's definitely like no one was talking about abortion before, and now everybody on the news is talking about it. So it's like a big thing. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't mean to press politics, my bad. Yeah, no worries, Jelly. I mean, I'm not gonna time you out or hold it against you or anything. I mean, okay, maybe I should like discuss this with the community on the Discord. Like, how do you guys feel about discussing politics in chat? Like, because like, I know everybody's got their controversial opinions with different things. Like, yeah, yeah, not your fault. Don't worry. Yeah, no worries. No worries, dude. Like, I'm not upset with you, Jelly, or anything. Don't worry about it. Like, is this something you guys would want to see? Like, because I'm sort of I want to build a community around like you guys, and so if you guys don't mind talking about politics, I'm okay talking about it. It's just like I don't want it to get into like get to a point where the channel's not fun. Or, like, is just all politics. Because I want to just sort of goof off and play games, too. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll post that on the Discord, and we could discuss that there. Huh, the steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed, too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Alright, let's check over by the boat rental shop. The old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. I'd know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Hello. What might you be doing here? Well, I personally don't mind it. Even if it's your opinion, it's your opinion. Doesn't make me hate you. I think in general, there's a lot of nuance to the issue at hand, as with a lot of things. No, that's very true. And, like, thanks, I do appreciate that, because I know I have some, like, opinions that many people would consider probably controversial. But, I mean, that's all they are, really, is opinions. And I'm glad, like, maybe I will open this up to, like, politics. Like, I just don't want to, like, the internet can get kind of toxic sometimes. I just wanted to make sure my community wasn't that. Remember what Obi-Wan said, only a Sith deals in absolutes. Yeah, that's true. And I think there is a lot of nuance to the whole abortion thing, too. And, like, I don't hate people who disagree with me. We just disagree. I don't think that they're malicious. I don't think they're like, yes, let me spread pain and misery. I think they generally have, like, reasons for why they do it, and, you know, they generally believe they're doing the right thing, and that's okay. You know, it's good to disagree sometimes. You know what, Jelly? Like, this has been such a wholesome conversation about it. Like, maybe I will open up to political topics in the future. Maybe, actually, yeah. Here, maybe, like, until it gets toxic. You know what? Like, if there has been, here, let me find the settings. Moderation, is it under this? Channel rules. Alright, you know what? For the time being, I am going to... There we go. I'll get rid of the... You don't have to go out of your comfort zone ever. I mean, I'm comfortable talking about politics. I don't know. I just want... yeah. I'm cool with it. I don't mind it. I talk about it with other people sometimes. But, like... Yeah. No, it's not pulling me out of my comfort zone. I'm happy to talk about it. But, yeah, just so long as we can have, like, quality, good conversations that don't devolve into, like, weird internet stuff. Yeah, I'm okay talking about stuff. It's, in my opinion, pretty interesting to hear the other side of the coin. That's what I feel, too. I always like hearing other people's opinions. Like, I can get bored sometimes during, like, political conversations if it's just, like... Or any conversation where if it's just like, oh yeah, I agree with that, I agree with that, I agree with that. You know, nothing's new is said. I like hearing the other side, so then it's like, ooh, do I agree with that? Let me think about what I believe. You know, it makes you question and think, and I think it's more fun that way. Because otherwise you just have an echo chamber. No, that's very true. And you like miss out on things too. That you wouldn't hear otherwise. But yeah, no, I'd be down to talk. Like, even if we disagree, like, yeah. I mean, I think we could have friendly conversations where we disagree. Yeah. I mean, it is kind of... Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, with the whole abortion, like, I could definitely see why people think it's, like, a step in the wrong direction. I mean... Though, there is, like, a good... like, chunk of the population here is very pro-life and doesn't like abortion. And so if they want to make abortion illegal in their states, like, I think it's kind of reasonable to want to do that. Right? Like, that's sort of my thoughts on it. Like, if you have, like, a lot of the southern states, like, pretty much everyone's pro-life. So it's like, does it really make sense? Like, if they want to make it illegal, why not have them make it illegal? I don't know. Anyways, let's get back to the game. I'm okay talking about it too, if you want to leave something in the comments. I'm up for discussing this, but let's get back to the story just a little bit. Out for a walk, Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of a fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? So is Grossberg involved with this somehow? Okay. I think, let's try to move inside the caretaker's shack. See if there's something in here. Caretaker's shack. Nobody's home. Hello, squawk. Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, squawk. I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello, squawk. Okay, so the parrot's not in here. Here, let's go back to Grossberg's office. Let's see if we can get something from there. So we go Gourd Lake entrance. Alright, now we go to Gross... Because we have to go here, and then from here we can go to Grossberg Law Offices. Alright, Grossberg Law Offices. He's out again? When does he work anyway? Now, don't be harsh. I guess we'll have to come back later. Alright. Alright, maybe from here we move... Let's try the police department. Police department, criminal affairs. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Alright, let me check out Gourd Lake. Maybe there was something I missed. Okay, let's go to the beach. And from here, let's just go to the boat rental shop. Okay. The boat rental shop. Okay. I'm just struggling to understand why the state gets to decide whether someone that lives in a state can have one and is not just up for the person to decide. Like, I can see someone is against having abortion themselves. Just don't get why you'd want to stop someone else from having it if it's needed/wanted. Like, yes, you could move out of those states, but to enforce those laws, wouldn't that also increase the political gap there is? I had more than 500 characters, sorry. No worries, dude. So, here, let me just look. So, why the state gets to decide whether someone, and not just up for the person to decide? Like, that's a good point. It's sort of like, yeah, like a little bit of a libertarian thing. Yeah, like having the person decide. I guess just, like people on the pro-life side, though, would argue that it's more along the lines of, because pro-life people, they they've looked at like scientific evidence and they believe that like the fetus is a person. So if, you're doing an abortion, they see it as sort of murder. And like, you'd kind of want murder to be illegal, right? That's sort of the pro-life sort of reasoning behind it. And it's something like scientifically angled. Like, I think it's it's a pretty compelling argument in my opinion. Like, and like, would it widen the political gap? Yeah, it would. Like, there are people talking about like the great sort. But honestly, like, I'd rather live in a state like that represents my values than wouldn't. So I don't know. It's hard. It's complicated. But It's complicated to say, but which makes it the hard part. Like, as pro-life people, they view it as murder, and like honestly, like I kind of see it as something akin to that as well. Like, it's not like, I mean, I think it's hard to argue that it isn't a human life. It's got human DNA. It's going to grow into like an adult. And I mean, there are also some other aspects to it as well. Like, there's like, I guess, yeah. I mean, there's also a lot of like discrimination that goes along with like abortion too. That's not really pretty. Like, people have sex-specific abortions, so it'll be like, oh, I don't want a daughter, and so if they get the ultrasound and it turns up a girl, they'll just abort to get rid of it because they don't want a daughter. Or it'll be like, oh, if it's gonna have Down syndrome or autism or some like handicap or disorder, people just decide to abort. Like, so, and I'm not sure that's right. So it's definitely a complicated issue, and there are good arguments on both sides, but I feel the pro-life one is definitely more compelling. The boat's rental shop doesn't look like anyone is around. Take care, must have run for the hills, huh? Yeah, looks like it. He didn't seem like a bad person. Alright, so... Okay, but I thought we agreed he was kind of a bad person. He's the person we think murdered someone, right? Okay, let's examine around here. Just see if anything's different. Ah! Well, what's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just, when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Gosh. Maya, we're trying to solve a murder here. Oh, see, that's why I didn't want to tell you. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. Guess he hasn't been back here since he went on trial. Alright. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. Maya's wanting a pet. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyways. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. It doesn't look like he used his kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What? You thought he was telling the truth? Alright, so moving out... I'm not sure there's anything really... Okay, let's look around the caretaker oh, wait, no. Okay, let's move back to the boat rental shop. Examine. Let's check out the woods. There's a forest here beyond these bushes. Nick! The forest! There's someone in there. What? You're right, there's a few policemen in there. Oh gosh, I thought we found the boatman. They must be looking for the caretaker. Good luck. Alright. So nothing really here. There's some boats floating at the dock. The murder took place in a boat from this dock. Apparently the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Indeed, there's space for one more boat at the dock. Okay, I'm guessing here. Let's go to... So, public beach. Let's go to the entrance. Alright, let's... Nope, not here. Let's move. Let's try the detention center. Let's try talking to Edgeworth. Detention center, visitor's room. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple, To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed that Yanni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. Wow. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved, and not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. But, that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does in his job is to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it all go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He is right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth! It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Okay, so... Cool, I think we're done talking to him. There's nothing we can present. Here, let me see if this rings any bells. Nick, no! That's a photo of his father, don't show him that. You're right. Now probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. What is it? No, nothing. What if I do... Oh, wait, can I present... Let me see if I show him this. It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow? Could that be a coincidence? But, even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Alright. I don't think I have anything... Okay. Let's move. Let's see if we can go to Mr. Grossberg's offices now. Nope, nothing here yet. Want to go back to the beach, I guess? Okay, move. I don't know. Okay. This is always the tricky part of this game, is I don't know where to go. Criminal affairs? Move. Okay. Is there anything else I can present to him? Let's present this picture. Sorry, I'm not sure I can help you with that. Okay, yeah, nothing really here. Nothing to, I mean, there's nothing gonna be to examine. Smile for the camera. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing here. Okay, there's gotta be something somewhere else. Or Gourd Lake entrance? I feel winter's chill from the bare leaves today. What is about winter that turns people into poets? I don't know, but my toes are starting to feel numb. Yes, my poetry has that effect on some people. Sign says, Gourd Lake Nature Park. This place is full of families picnicking on the weekend. But no waterfall. Not many picnickers come here for spiritual training, Maya. Okay, so... where do we move to? Okay, so we go through here. Let's try the beach. Let's examine at the beach. I'm actually at a loss. Like, what do we... This lake sure likes to cause problems, doesn't it? Huh? I mean, everything that happened here turned out to be a lie. Gordy was a lie, and the charges against Mr. Edgeworth were all lies. I guess you're right. I mean, I'm glad the charges were all lies, but still. Guess Larry has the day off. He was pretty happy about saving Mr. Edgeworth. True, we owe him big. Alright, so let's check out these benches. No one's gonna sit here on a cold day like today. Well, unless they were eating a samurai dog. How would that change the temperature, I wonder? You seem troubled, Nick. No. Who? Me? Okay, wait. I already read that. I was meaning... Okay, here we go. Trash can with no trash. At least the place is well maintained. Huh? I almost didn't see that signpost. Left, boat docks, right, exit. Alright, boat rental shop. Is there anything else to really examine? Okay. Okay, I'm feeling kind of stuck in here. I mean, is there anything I missed in the caretaker's shack? Oh, yeah. I have to... Got all this. Okay, fish. Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker. And we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? So we've talked the bird, checked the table over. Wait, there was something here. Fishing rod. The fishing pole looks expensive. Maybe we should bring it to Detective Gumshoe. Don't you think the caretaker would mind? Well, we can just leave the metal detector in exchange. Maybe we'd better not. Okay. Alright. I think that's everything I've examined. Alright, let's try going back. So, public beach. Let's go Gourd Lake entrance. There's nothing new we can say to Larry, is there? No. Present. I don't think there's going to be anything we can really show him. Wait, maybe the parrot? Woohoo, I was hot out there. Hot. Bet somebody's happy about how this case is going. He seems too happy to care about anything I show to him. Okay. Let's go to Criminal Affairs. Chief of Detectives. Go to his computer screen. What? That's not possible. The world ended yesterday. He must be reading predictions for the future on someone's homepage. Hey, is that the police department's mascot? It's the Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's my mascot. I see. Was there anything to investigate about the box on the TV? Oh, Marlboro! That is... Okay. Wait, I'm rushing back there now. Gourd Lake entrance. Move. Public beach. Because I remember he gave us the code to it. Caretaker's shack. Okay, examine. Yes! There we go. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe?
Want to eat? Squawk!
Let's open it, Nick. Good idea. Thank you so much. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't money in there. Aw. But hey, keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. Not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. Guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond, he called out Edgeworth. And called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Okay. There's nothing left in the safe. I don't know why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. Who would want revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Okay, I think we've gotten enough evidence. Thank you so much for pointing that out to me, Marlboro. I would have been looking around forever at every little place. Okay, Gourd Lake entrance. Alright, let's go detention center. What happens if I present this to him? How's he gonna react? Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge on me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he is following this letter then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. 2 men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond? It also says, this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. Well, what is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Okay, that was my thought. I thought he might be Yanni Yogi. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you always take the stairs. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Get us out! Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed to the court, and Yogi was found innocent. Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah. There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? He didn't kill his dad, did he? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. Okay, the nightmare. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing, in the dark. Is he thinking that he killed him? Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. Oh my gosh. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Ah, what are you? Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Arrgh! Did Edgeworth shoot his own dad? Oh no. And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the last 15 years. But, that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it this way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean? It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. Hey, Kaz, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. If there's someone who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6. That'd be Grossberg, right? Grossberg Law Offices. Mr. Grossberg.
Hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding. I can't believe you're not.
My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened.
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He... Sob.
I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It's only a dream, only a dream.
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled then,
Well...
Also consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real. As you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired. The deed was done.
Oh, poor Miles. This is really awful. No! I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Unless he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth.
This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close.
What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he might have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques.
That's no surprise.
Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result? He has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost. And died in despair, as it were.
I see. You'd be such a good voice actor to replace the actors that were left by the time the voiceovers are needed. Well, thank you, Kaz. I try my best. I think it's fun to do the different voices.
When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called in on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey.
I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi.
Yet Yogi was found innocent.
That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him.
I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son?
It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless.
Okay, move. Okay, let me present him with the letter we found.
Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own.
Huh? His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, not one. The one thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined.
Huh?
You'll understand soon enough. Wait.
What is it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this?
Karma? Could it be Manfred von Karma?
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure.
Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred von Karma himself.
What does this mean, then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? That's a good question.
If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point up until he finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
Oh no. But how could Von Karma know that about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
What happened? What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma?
Von Karma got the Blah, blah, blah. Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence, and though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
A vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or, to the mountains. Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya.
In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up the DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him!
Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
I know that. I just believe in in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim.
I understand. The police materials, You know, I didn't like Mr. Grossberg at first, but he's kind of, I'm coming around to him. Alright, let's go to the police office, and then we'll go back to Grossberg. December 27th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, now, I just can't have anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room. And Nick, let's hurry! Alright, let's get to that records room. Alright, records room. This is such an exciting trial. Like, this is crazy. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. Huh. This cabinet is where they keep evidence for current cases. Some of the things are obviously murder weapons. Others are question marks. Most of it just looks like random junk. Nick, what do you think this clothespin is for? Don't touch that. It's evidence. Here are files of collected case reports. There's quite a large volume of reports here. Wow, these are all case reports? Yeah, it's like a graveyard of police cases. I guess my sister's case report is in here too. Quietly gathering dust. Okay. Is there anything else to examine? Oh wait, there was something... Okay. Wait, it's like right there. There are shelves stuffed with case files in the back of the room, too. Forgotten cases rotting away for eternity. Wow, this is kind of depressing. Nick, let's get what we need and get out of here. All this dust is getting to me. It's like, oh, you have this big, huge case that affects your life. And it's all just written down back here. Like, do I have any options? Like, it's just here gathering dust. Like, oh, it changed your life, impacts who you are. It looks like there are files inside this glass case. The case is so dusty, I can't see what's inside. Nick, it's locked. Let's keep important case files in there. Where is the DLC? Okay. Did I not? Huh? One of the drawers here is open. I thought I examined this drawer. I guess I didn't. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases, evidence. Unsolved cases? Nick! The file for the DL6 is completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Eek! Von Karma! You. How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? Ahem. I beg pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. He looks sinister. He really does. Like, you look at him and it's just like, yeah, this guy's evil. Like, you wouldn't even guess that he's a good guy. So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival? That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up the DL6 in court tomorrow. Present. Do you want to present this to him or not? Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder? Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it! You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me from all needless hassle. What? Nick, what is that thing? A stun gun for self-defense. Usually. You can kill someone with one of those things, I've heard. Like, it's just like, oh my gosh. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually, yeah, like I was saying, this can kill a guy. Like, if you take one of those and you, like, hit their heart, like, it can stop it. Now, give me the letter. No! No! Whoa, what are you? Nick, run! Ah! Maya! Out of my way. Wah! Ugh, he got us. The letter's gone. Of course. Took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes. Maya! The letter, did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah, are you okay? couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now, when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Wow. Oh, Maya. Maya! Grr, there has to be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya. She's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 is evidence. Incident. Evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. Wow. Could you imagine holding that? Just like holding a bullet in your hands and being like, wow, that was in someone's heart. That killed a man. That's just a crazy thought. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. The DL6 bullet stashed in a pocket. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're the most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. To be continued. Okay, this is a big showdown. Let's go. We're gonna get Von Karma arrested. Final day, trial. Alright, let's go back. Here we go. Final day. Let's clear up this murder mystery once and for all. December 28th, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it, Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Warg! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. Only legends save twice. Okay. Okay, you know what? Okay. There we go. Saving twice. There we go. Now I have officially reached legend status. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Did 3 times that? Did I really save it twice? Oh my goodness. Man, I'm losing my memory or something. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. Hope on Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with the pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa! Oh, ya, pal! Oh, it's Gumshoe. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. Just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. Alright, here we go. I'm actually going to, at this point, I'm just going to take a short break, because I'm going to be doing more voices. My throat's killing me just a little bit. So I'm going to drop you guys off in the Starview Lounge, play some wonderful, relaxing jazz, and I will be back in just 1 second. Please enjoy. Alrighty, I am back. Thank you guys for being so patient and waiting. And give a big round of applause for the consoles. All the jazz I play on this channel is from them. They have a wonderful YouTube channel. They have a great Twitch channel. Go check them out. They're lots of fun. They do great video game jazz covers. I think they're also on Spotify. That's how I access their music. So yeah, go check them out. And with that, yeah, let's just jump right back into the game.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth.
Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready.
Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence.
Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says.
Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement.
Clap, clap, clap. Thank you, consuls. Yeah, it's really great. I emailed them, and yeah, they seem very friendly, and they're great people. Definitely go check them out and say hi. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity.
Witness, why did you run away yesterday?
The witness was not running away, as he will now testify.
I see. Very well, please begin your testimony.
Why I left court.
Really sorry about leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't run away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? Figured I got nothing to do with the incident anyhow. I'd need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday as is... Very well.
Hey, Karma, you're not supposed to talk to witnesses before trial. I think you're also not supposed to stun gun the defense attorneys and, destroy or, steal evidence from them. I think Von Karma's not playing by the rules here.
Let's begin with cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Leaving yesterday like I did. Okay, let me just try pressing him on everything. I call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger. Stun gun, just no using it unless you're in danger. Exactly. If you're in danger, then you use it. Otherwise, you don't go around tasering people. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to jump to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly. Okay, let me press him on this. Food? Yeah, well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them at the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, kinda got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that.
I see, so he was lost.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep, seems like it.
How could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. Grr, am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? It's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. Oh, wait. Oh, I wasn't meaning to press him on that. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. You have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witnesses' memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Do I have evidence to back this up? Kaz says, just say shut up and let me talk. You're interrupting me every step of the way, and I'd call that suspicious. I think that's how courtrooms work, though. You know, the prosecution is trying to do everything he can to prevent the defense from, having a good case. I don't know. I'm not sure it's totally suspicious, but...
Order, Mr. Wright. There's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor. Oh, now this is interesting. I'd like to know myself. So who is he? Don't play dumb on Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
Yanni Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident.
Figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How are you going to prove he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, worked at a chemical plant. Burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep.
What? Yogi, you sneak! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past.
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we'll not be able to prove his identity.
No. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no? No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are you going to do? I even consider he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Mr. Von Karma up?
On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Order, order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested that I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please, be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yep, let's do it. I have no options. Love this part. I have no idea how this is going to go. How do you cross-examine a parrot? But I think it'll be good. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot.
Parrot remembered DL6, so like that, guess. That, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's true. The parrot knows about the DL6 incident.
That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name? The witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please testify for us.
Who is your owner?
Hello, squeak.
This is the testimony. Okay.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Wait, Maya's good with talking to the bird, right?
Hello, squeak.
Can I present him with crackers? Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? As I recall 2 days ago... Polly, have we forgotten something?
Squawk! Don't forget DL6, squawk!
If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something?
Hello, squawk!
That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something we forgot.
Hello, squawk!
Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. Couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten something? It's not the same parrot. That was kind of what I was thinking, Stormy. Not Stormy, Kaz. I'm sorry, I'm still used to calling you Stormy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe he got a different parrot? Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. Show the judge that our owner is Mr. Yogi. Okay. Let's press on the second thing. You can call me Kaz, Kazwala, or Stormy. Okay, don't worry. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna try to call you Kaz, because that's what your username is, but if I accidentally call you Stormy, like, that might happen. But it's good to know, like, I'm not, like, it's that you don't, like, it's not offending you or anything. Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot. Well, okay. Okay, wait, so let's try pressing her again here. Okay. Okay, I'll go for what is your name? Get her to say her name. Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly, Polly, Squawk. Hello, hello, Squawk. Amazing testimony. I moved. I'd believe anything this bird tells me. Indeed, it's a majestic bird. I would believe anything she says too.
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
I don't think it does. Do we say of course? Oh my goodness, this is stressful. You know what? Let's go big. Of course it does. Yes, it does. Huh. Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... I have no idea. Where is this evidence?
The DL6 case file.
That's quite a large file you have there. Hello, hello, Squawk. Well, that was a concise testimony. It really was. Then which page is this proof on, then? Show us, or stop wasting our time.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. Where in this file is this information connected to the parrot's name?
Can I open this? Can I look at the case file? Alright. Case summary. Victim. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. I didn't know that. Wow, okay, but that's where it comes from. So he named the parrot after his fiancée that committed suicide. Dang. So, hold it, that was in suspect data. So that's suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed, it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly?
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who'd committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I can believe that people speedrun this game. I suppose you probably could. I mean, you'd miss all the story and stuff, but yeah, I suppose you could speedrun it. What's the world record, I guess, for beating this game? That's something I wonder.
I see. I guess that is possible.
Bah, only a coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix, right? Does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old.
Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We'd need some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. We could just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what?
Very well, witness. You may continue.
Okay. Hello, hello, Swag. Alright, let's press. Alright. So we got the first name. Let's go for the have we forgotten something. Let's try this now. Alright, we've gone through this. Polly... yeah, okay. Oh, she's not doing the Polly thing. Okay, so it's not working. Alright, let me just do the safe one. Alright, what's the safe number? Get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Just try to get her to say anything, okay? Wait, 12-1228. That's today's date. That's the date in the game. 1228. That's the date that the statute of limitation runs out. Polly, what was the number of the safe in the shack? That's why. 1228, 1228, 1228.
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker?
Actually, it does. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Huh. Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's identity? Do I have to present something right now? Okay, let me just hit F. I check. Okay, yeah. The DL6 case file. What is this obsession you have with this case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to the safe number?
It's case summary. It's on the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago.
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Ah!
He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important the date was to him.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set secret numbers to dates.
Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing.
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True, this is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
Whoa, what are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop.
I know your PIN code now, Karma. Yeah, if you steal his debit card, he's gonna be in trouble.
Witness, tell us your name.
Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember.
No, it's okay.
What?
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think, finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years?
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Order, order. Yanni Yogi. So it was you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death.
Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said, was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan
For me to take revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care for who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge? Against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Wow, he just admitted it. I wasn't expecting that. Von Karma, where's Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then, the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you're cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I'd like to pass judgment on the murder of Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty! Yay! Woo, woo, woo!
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Wait, what?
Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
Props to him for admitting it without some huge breakdown like the others. I mean, fair enough. I mean, it's true. I'm not innocent at all. As we've heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? I'm still watching, by the way. Just can't chat. I'm using mouse and keyboard for an automated process. Hey, no worries, Jelly. I know people, like, sometimes people start out chatting, and then they end up lurking, and I'm perfectly cool with that. You watch at your own pace, my dude. Or, you watch the way you want. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna raise an objection. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday? 2. I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
I'm going to stop with the automated process, though. It's not as efficient. What is the automated process, Jelly? Like, I'm just curious. Like, were you programming something? I got food now, and you get to eat. You got food now to eat while chatting and watching. Okay, yeah, sure. You take your time, Jelly. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incidents where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I'm guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations which ends today. The culprit is me. Not programming anything, just a macro program? Okay. Like macroeconomics or something?
Order, order! This is certainly unexpected. Defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime? A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today? I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Bah. It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. Oh my gosh. Oh, macro is a really fast clicker that repeats a set of commands forever. Okay, that makes sense, Kaz. Thanks for explaining that to me. The culprit is me, he says, pointing right at us. Yeah, that was a little strange. I don't know what was up with that, but I guess they only have a couple images for him.
I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I'll consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
Okay. This is not how I expected the trial to go. Defendant lobby number 2. I'm sorry, right? I just wasted all of your effort.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad?
I don't want to believe it myself, detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy, just crazy.
Nick, what are you doing? This one also tracks mouse movement and all, so I can do a set of actions and the macro will repeat it and basically play the game for me. Oh, that's pretty cool. So do you use it for like a cookie clicker or sort of like auto clicker game? That sounds like how that'd be useful. I was just reading through the court records once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
Huh? What do you talk about, pal?
Well, not that type of game, but really repetitive at the moment. Okay. So I guess that would be kind of useful for grinding something.
He confessed to that he did it in court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. I don't know how...
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He's confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the court defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though, it's unconventional for me. I'd like to run this one by the book. It's a bit weird that the gun goes off as it's thrown. I suppose so, but like how guns work is they have like a hammer that sort of... Well, actually, I'm thinking about like old pistols, right? Like in those Western movies, you see them pull the hammer back, and as that slap like goes forward, it hits the back of the bullet, which ignites the powder, which sort of compresses and ignites the powder, launching the bullet forward. At least, like, so, I mean, I think throwing a gun, you can set it off if you throw it. The gun goes off on its own. Love how Edgeworth is his own prosecutor. Like, did it hit the floor trigger? Like, did the hit with the floor trigger the trigger? I guess it's possible. This is with a more modern gun, right? Wouldn't they have some kind of safety for it nowadays? Like, you do have a safety on a gun. Like, it's like a little button you can press to, yeah, where it won't be able to fire. But I don't know. I mean, it's a good point. I don't know. Like, can you... Okay, I'm just going to do a quick Google search. You fire a gun by throwing it. Okay, here we go. Here, I'm just doing a quick Google search right now. Okay, what happens... Here we go. This is Quora. What happens if you throw a Oh. Nope, that's not what we're looking for. Will a gun go off if it's dropped? Here we go. Despite how it might benefit a fictional scene, it's extremely rare for a gun to go off accidentally, even when it's dropped. It's far more likely the accident is due to negligence. Okay. Okay, so the pulling of a trigger causes the firing pin to strike the primer at the base of the cartridge. The primer ignites the propellant inside the cartridge. The propellant explodes and forces the bullet seated at the top of the cartridge to exit the barrel. Okay, some manufacturers even use a design safety system just in case the gun is dropped. Glock pistols, for example, support a drop safety. This is less an admission, more of a design requirement. Okay. Okay, so it's saying it's very unlikely, but if there's some sort of mechanical failure, it could go off. Okay. Good to know. In case it had the safety enabled. So yeah, so it seems like you're right, Jelly. Like, it's not really super possible for a gun to go off. Like, if you drop it. Unless, like, the bailiff wasn't taking care of his gun, but I'm assuming if he's in a courtroom, they're probably taking good care of the guns. So I think I'm gonna, yeah, it seems unlikely it just went off. Let's see how accurate this game is. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Maybe he had his finger in it, and when he threw it, his finger pulled the trigger, then the delay started, and then the bullet fired. I guess it's possible? I'm not sure guns really have a delay, though. They kind of just, you pull the trigger, and it's pretty immediate. That would be interesting, like trying to play paintball with, like, a delayed action. Like, gun? Could you imagine that? Just, like, you pull the trigger, and then you have to, like, just hold your aim on somebody? I don't know, that sounds like an interesting concept. Well, yeah, but the testimony isn't detailed enough. Yeah, it's true, it's hard. Let's hear what Edgeworth has to say. Let's see how it goes. I'm really not sure where this goes.
Will Miss Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth? Oh, wait. Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream.
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. We do have the one bullet, which I think that's going to come up somehow. Okay. He threw it at Yogi. He blacked out. Yogi picked it up, shot Yogi shot Edgeworth's father. Maybe? It could be. I think that's a possibility. Let me just press him on which trial it was. Was that the trial your father was... What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and that Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case.
It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. Here, 1 second, everybody. Okay, I'm back. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. Von Karma was also in that elevator? And got memory loss? He could have been in that elevator. That's very true. That's a really big possibility there, Jelly. As we went to leave, an elevator struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. How does a gun just drop at your feet? What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up, but what happened next? I'm just insulting Von Karma for having a bad memory. Picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. How does a gun just drop? Yeah, I was thinking about that too, Jelly. Like, how does a gun just drop? Was there someone in the elevator above that just dropped a gun in front of Miles? So you're saying you threw that pistol? So you're saying you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. The gun fired once? Yes, I think. After I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of the testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. Don't know what it means. Better find out and quick. He threw at the Yogi, he blacked out, Yogi picked it up, shot Edgeworth's father, lost consciousness. That definitely seems like a feasible bit of possibility. Oh wait, so he remembers it being shot once, but there are 2 bullet holes. Or wait, hold it. Let me look at the case file for the DL6. Let's check it. 1 bullet found in heart, murder weapon was fired twice. Check ballistic markings to see if it was a pistol. Here, let me check the bullet. Okay. It doesn't say whether it's pistol or not, but maybe that'll come up. Threw it at Mr. Yogi, wanted them to stop fighting. There was a single gunshot. Okay, now let me present the case file. Are you sure you only heard 1 gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream, then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. Check the ballistic marking, but it says bears clear ballistic markings. Maybe presenting it will say, oh, you're meaning like the pistol from this murder case. I suppose it could be. That would be kind of crazy if it was. You enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? Alright, let's just check the... Let's see what page it is. Alright, it's page 2. Alright, so victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard 1 gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honor, I'm sure you're quite aware. This incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There's no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
Yeah, I do. Because the bullet we have... Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof.
Okay, that the firing... Because, okay, if we look at the image... Right? Okay, so if we check this, you can see that there's a bullet hole going through the glass of the elevator. But if you look at the bullet, it says it was taken from Mr. Gregory Edgeworth's heart. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago.
I can see that the victim is lying there as Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired where?
Your Honor, please get a clue. Contradiction in the photo? Okay, so then we go right up here where the bullet hole is. That should be obvious. The contradiction is here.
I see a bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary that's on page 1. Look at it as written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made the bullet hole in the door.
Order, I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Van Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Gah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick, if the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. You said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought the 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. that there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, it's wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick.
Well, it seems to finally cleared up this incident. Only one bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I'd like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention?
Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. If someone else was there, they could have snuck in and stolen the bullet. It's definitely a possibility. Like, Von Karma is known to rig evidence and stuff, steal it.
The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now?
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Oof. Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. It must exist? The second bullet. What? What'd you say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it.
Seems waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed.
What? You just heard proof that did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. Really grasping here. It's just, someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal just took the second bullet, but why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet?
Of course there was a need. That's why they took it. What possible reason could they have had? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is... the murderer is cautious. Oh, well, the murderer was a very cautious sort, you see. That's why the murderer had to search for that bullet. If that was the case, they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would they only take one of the two shots fired? Right.
Mr. Wright, you really thought this through? Going to have to penalize you.
Oh, dang it. Alright, this isn't going so well. I'm gonna try doing this again. My bullet would be proof. Thought the bullet would be used as proof. Proof? It was a special bullet, so they took it with them.
If that was the case, they should have taken the...
Oh, gosh. Okay, he's penalizing me. So they could have... because, one, they can frame somebody if there's one bullet. So no, the murderer didn't need to find it? Then why would the murderer spend all the time to look for that stray bullet? Gotten a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah, the murderer had no reason to take the bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Urgh. Had to take it. Had to take it. The murderer, what does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor?
No idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance. For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer.
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know. Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes.
Well, there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean...
The murderer came from outside, yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his seat and throws it. The pistol discharges on the bullet. The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it, deny it. No one involved in this incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something. Really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt with a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
Oh, because he got shot. That makes sense. It's an unusual event for the man. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean, could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside.
Yeah, the plot twist. Yeah, there's a lot of plot twists in this. I did have a sneaking suspicion it was going to be him. But I wasn't sure. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Yeah, sure, what? Let's be bold. Your Honor. There's a suspect, one lone suspect. You have to? Yeah, that was what I was kind of feeling. We don't have much else outside of that.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
Irk, my hands are shaking.
What?
Von Karma! Von Karma?
You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor, the man standing over there?
Bah.
You don't object.
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident, yet you pride yourself on a perfect record? Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery now. Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring that doctor who operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick,
Let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave out clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Grr. No, he's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane! No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait, what does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Yes, I can! The metal detector. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... the metal detector. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean?
I do. There is the possibility that bullet is still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible for all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. I refuse.
You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order.
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of the trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you'll submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Yeah, we got a beep. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. It's got to be the bullet, right? It still bears clear ballistic markings. You could compare the ballistic markings of this bullet to the one in his shoulder.
That's a bullet.
Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We can analyze both bullets. Then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets have been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare those ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Arg! Arg! That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. Arrgh! It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Mr. Von Karma?
Edgeworth, only you dare defy me. So it was you.
You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record.
And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade.
I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death, death!
15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I'd ever known. Me, penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. Must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way into the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all laying unconscious from the oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moment, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge.
What?
What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very, very well. It appears that we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were innocent, you are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty. Oh my gosh. Yay! We did it.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
So Von Karma is going to get arrested. December 28th, 5:38 p.m. District Court. Defendant, lobby number 2. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know! Try. Thank you. I see. Thank you, right? You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Ahem. Whoop. I can't even say that. It's so. How do you even say that with an Edgeworth voice? I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all. Lotta! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Oh, yeah. Well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Oh, me? Oh, I went back to college. Gave up on trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Fiancé. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you came along tonight, dude. My treat, pal. Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah, what's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly. Nick? Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38? No. No, Larry, it was you? What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? That doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really right. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, huh? Edgeworth. Oh, Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Grr. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney of what you two did. Well, you've always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, you get worked up too easily, too. Death. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if I'd only known, I would have become a prosecutor. And the same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, want to switch right? Hey y'all, line up, I'll take a photo. Yay, photo time, let's go! Hey, and after that, dinner on me! Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom. Even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. December 29th, 5:02 a.m., Wright & Company Law Offices. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? God, the first trains to the mountains have already left. To the station! I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Yay, Nick objecting. Wait. What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I overheard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Should Maya have some evidence to cheer her up. Oh, the bullet.
Take that!
A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he'd taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6, but you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma, and you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay. I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run off that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins, with the same old crazy cast of characters.
Ha! Don't even think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim?
Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Yay! Woo! We did it.
Hey, pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct. Wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise.
Ooh, but Detective Gumshoe?
Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date, huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Oh my goodness. He's getting, like, played along by so many women. Poor Larry. Oh, right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. That was a really fun game. I'm looking forward to playing the sequel to it, probably next Thursday. Yeah, I'll get right started on Justice for All. Phoenix Wright, Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over management of the Gatehole Auto Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. This is pretty cool. We're sort of going back through and seeing all the people we had met previously.
It's you. Phoenix Wright? Ah, yes, Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. The days of my youth. Like the scent of a fresh lemon, you see?
Masakazu Sugamori. Yeah, this game has pretty decent music, not gonna lie. Phoenix Wright. Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it, so you can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Oh gosh. I guess Joaquin Phoenix is probably would very much object to that statement, old bag.
I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know.
Can buy them where she is. What kind of place? Okay. Here. Is there any way I can skip through this? I kind of have to get going at this point. Oh, I can't skip. Right, who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, alright? But, you know, I snuck in the studio the other day. And I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age. Wow, that is some language for a kid, dang. It's not letting me skip or anything. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. There we go. Yay. Oh, there he is. There's Mia. Yay! Alright, I think that is the end. Hold it. Brand new episode's been added. Okay, I guess we'll have to play that next. Let's overwrite this data, but I think I do need to end the stream right now. Wait, oh wait, shoot. Okay, it won't let me get out of this. Okay. It's okay, I saved the game. I'm just actually gonna hit close. There we go. Awesome. We will pick up there on Thursday. I thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun playing this. If you don't mind just hanging on for a second, I'm gonna see if anybody's live right now. You know what? Max the Menace is streaming right now. I'll just send you guys on over to him. He's just chatting, but yeah, I'll send you guys over to him. Alrighty. Well, that was a lot of fun. It was a great stream. I'll look forward to seeing y'all around, hopefully tomorrow. Alright, bye for now.